As you know, I was a skeptic. Yes, I was a proud skeptic, and I studied it, learned about it, and I came away saying, okay, my opinion 5 years ago was wrong. Here's my opinion today. This is what I believe in today. I believe the opportunity today. I believe Bitcoin is legitimate. I'm not trying to say there's not misuses like everything else, but it is a legitimate financial instrument that allows you to have maybe uncorrelated, non-correlated type of returns. I believe it is an instrument that you invest in when you're more frightened, though. Right. It is an instrument when you believe that countries are debasing their currency, debasing their currency by excess deficits, and some countries are. I believe we have countries where you're frightened of your everyday existence, and if you have an opportunity to invest in something that is outside your country's control, then you can have more financial control. And so I'm a major believer that there is a role for Bitcoin in portfolios. I believe you're going to see that as one of the asset classes that we all look at. I look at it as digital gold, as I said before, and I do believe there's a real need for everyone to look at it as one alternative to, I would say, the optimism that I have in the world. If you want to hedge hope, Bitcoin is not an instrument for hope unless you're hopeful you're going to make a lot of money on it. But I look at it as a vehicle in which you're expressing your financial acumen in something that you're more frightened of the world, you're more frightened of your existence. And I believe there's a great industrial use for it. And I think a lot of people are missing that.
I couldn't agree more.
Right, now, if this news could not convince you to invest in crypto or to invest in Bitcoin to be specific, then I don't know what will. Alright, so anyways, guys, this is, again, the best time for us to invest in Bitcoin because many people now are slowly taking notice of Bitcoin. Like Donald Trump, he announced that he is also supporting Bitcoin. Larry Fink, the CEO and the chairman of BlackRock, one of the best financial institutions that we have right now, is openly saying that he is supporting Bitcoin and he thinks that Bitcoin is legitimate. So as what you can see, news are in favor of Bitcoin. Technicals are also in favor of Bitcoin. If you're going to look at our chart here, guys, you would see that Bitcoin is also performing very well. It broke out of its downtrend pattern here, okay? And at the same time, it also broke out of its resistance levels here. The horizontal line that you could see here is the 60,000 resistance levels. But now, look at this one, guys. Last July 15, yesterday, Bitcoin broke another resistance levels at around the 62,000 levels, at around these areas. And now, Bitcoin is trying to break the 64 resistance levels as of the moment. So as what you can see, guys, Bitcoin broke several resistance in just one day. It broke the 62 to around 63,000 levels, and now it is trying to break the 64,000 levels. But please be careful, guys, because this is one of the major resistance levels for Bitcoin. And there is a chance that the people who bought Bitcoin here at the bottom could now start taking their profits at around these levels because as what we know, this is also a resistance levels for Bitcoin. Alright, so as what you can see, Bitcoin is now really doing great. I think what will happen in the next few days is that Bitcoin would consolidate to around these areas, okay? Right, to around these areas, and then it would continue to go up. But don't worry, guys, because this is a very healthy consolidation if this will happen, because this will just show us that we are really making a new higher lows. This was the low, and if this will happen, then Bitcoin would continue to make a new higher low, signifying its bullish trend. So if you're planning to enter Bitcoin again, if you haven't bought Bitcoin yet, then consider to buy it again at around these areas, okay? At around the 62 to around 63,000 levels. So next, let's continue with our next coin. I am also looking at Ethereum right now. Alright, so same with Bitcoin, guys, as what you can see. It broke out of its downtrend pattern here. And at the same time, broke out of its resistance levels at around 3,200. Okay, and now it is also trying to break this resistance levels at around this one, 3,400 levels. So as what you can see here, guys, most of the altcoins now are doing the same thing as Bitcoin. But again, please be careful because we are already at the resistance levels here for Ethereum. So the best areas for you to buy Ethereum again would be at around these areas, okay? So if Ethereum would consolidate to around these levels, okay, that's the best time for you to invest in Ethereum again, all right? But don't worry, guys, as what I've said, that is a very healthy consolidation because we are just forming a new higher lows, okay, that could signify a bullish trend. Now let's jump to Solana. All right, so same with Ethereum and Bitcoin. It broke one of its resistance levels at around these areas, okay? It broke the downtrend and at the same time broke its resistance levels at around these areas, okay? So please expect, guys, that the people who bought Solana at around these areas could now slowly take their profits at around these areas because we are also at the resistance levels here. Okay, so buy Solana again at around these areas because this could signify a bullish levels for Solana. All right, now let's check BNB. Okay, for BNB, it is still in a very huge consolidation box. Nothing much is happening here for BNB. But for short-term trades, BNB broke out of its downtrend levels as well. But again, for the general picture, we are just moving in a sideways pattern here for BNB. All right, so most of the coins now are just doing the same thing with Bitcoin. It is just following what Bitcoin is doing right now. So just keep in mind of these potential resistance levels right here. Because again, people who bought Bitcoin at around these areas could now slowly take their profits at around these levels. Okay, so yeah, that's our technical analysis for today. Be excited with crypto because I think sooner or later we could reach new heights. Until next time, guys, have a great day. Peace out.